Walmart makes you wear pants, and so I just don't shop there. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
And I'm a Sherpa.
Sherpa? What's that?
They help you climb up the mountain.
Oh, yeah, they're cool. I like those guys.
And gals.
And gals.
I don't think there's any gals.
And children. and the Sherpa little animals.
Elderly,
like the
yeah.
billy goats.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good day to be alive. It is Thursday, or Thor's Day if you believe in Nordic mythology.
Yeah, definitely.
But it is, we messed up on the podcast number yesterday, but I fixed it.
Okay.
My little editing skills fixed it. Now, the problem is I don't remember what I said in the edited version.
Today is 49.
What does that mean for tomorrow?
It means painting.
50. That's a milestone.
Mm-hmm.
Remember back when I was going on a tangent about, oh, I don't care about numbers anymore. I was like, well, I guess I'm excited for 50. Like, I'm not even waiting for 45. I'm waiting for 50.
I'm not waiting for anything. I'm excited to hopefully have 100 subscribers.
Oh, man. By the time you're seeing this, we might...
I don't know. Don't tell them that. They won't subscribe. By the 50th episode, if we have 100 subscribers, we get a dedicated URL.
What? Yes. If we have 50...
If you give 100
if we have
subscribers.
100 subscribers, that'll be great. Yeah. If not, the 99 of us, or I guess that'll be 101 of us, the 101 Dalmatians, we will...
What about Frank?
The 102 Dalmatians. Yeah, wait. Frank, are you subscribed to us? Well...
He's so quiet.
Nevertheless.
Yeah.
He's so quiet. A man of few words.
0.
You're probably wondering, Spencer, you look really good today.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you look really good.
Yeah, they're like, let me really hear what he has to say.
Yeah, it sounds like you're about to spit some knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And for once in the 49 podcast, I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I know. Yesterday,
Spill the beans.
The beans were spilled all over the floor. Today's podcast is brought to you by Modesty. Modesty, spelled Modesty.
That's good, yeah.
And I'm went a little modest. I'm covering the back of my head.
Okay.
I am also wearing a cloak that has pockets.
Which has nothing to do with modesty, the pocket part.
But it has to do with utility and convenience.
Yeah.
So I can be sitting watching my favorite movie. I rewatched Two Popes last night.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Pick up anything new?
I just can't get enough of it. Even if they might like take some creative freedoms, I'm like, good, take for creative. It's not really like if you're promoting a spiritual message, get a spiritual message across.
True.
That's what I say to the people who say, oh, well, we don't know exactly what was said. It's like, hey, can a man dream?
And just, cauliflower rice isn't rice.
Wait, what? Yeah, so I rewatched that and I had my nice cloak on and I just filled the pockets with some goldfish.
You and this goldfish recently.
I can't get enough. Pierce, my brother.
Just can't get enough.
I was going around the house looking for a snack and I saw he had a bag of unfinished Goldfish Xtra Cheddar. And I had a...
Cheddar Blast?
Yeah, it's Cheddar Blasted. And I had a handful and I'm like, okay, he won't notice. And I had another handful. I said, he won't notice. And then I grabbed the bag and I said, all right, I'll replace it. I still need to do that.
Yeah.
But today's podcast is about modesty.
Modesty. I feel disappointed in myself.
Didn't look it up?
Not one bit.
I was actually really hoping you would.
Oh my God.
Because
I wanted to.
I have things to talk about from just my personal beliefs. But I'm
very disappointed, but it's nothing new.
I was hoping that we'd be backed up with some scriptural knowledge by you.
Listen, it's not in scripture. What I wanted to look up.
Sure?
It's there's
Paul? Paul seems like someone.
One.
Want Paul?
There's one verse in 2 Corinthians.
So you do know it. Okay.
Okay.
I was just hoping you knew one.
Oh, no, I wanted to investigate all the histories of the hat wear of the men and the women and the cloaks and the just all the different.
Yeah, we can talk about that in another pod. Today's podcast is general.
Okay.
It's modesty.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Not dispensation.
Because we can talk about religious wear.
Relief.
You know, it can
Okay.
be why do Mormons wear the undergarments?
Okay.
Why do
Okay.
Jewish people wear the yarmulke? Mm-hmm. And we can do more research in that. But today,
just generally, yeah, sure. I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, generally, you know, if you hear a lot of conservative religious people across the board say a person should dress modestly.
Yeah.
Anything else is going away from God. And this whole channel is about going towards God. So it gets me a little worried. I say, I wear some scandalous clothing sometimes, or no clothing at all.
Yeah. The tank tops.
This is my safe space, so I can say that.
Summer, after you came back from Florida, you were just like
my shoulders
beckoning with the lay.
My shoulders were exposed. People have seen my collarbones on this podcast.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm glad Frank is he's playing along. Today.
Yeah, we're just in case. We right now we don't know. No. We haven't dove into the topic yet, so we're all just covering our bases.
Yeah, remember how
be a little more modest today.
Remember how Dora the Explorer, how she used to say to the camera and then wait for their answer.
Yeah.
So like, what do you think we're gonna say about modesty?
Swiper, no
Good job.
swiping.
Okay.
So why don't you lead us off? What do you think? Is it important to be modest? Do you get torn away from the Lord when you show off your ankles?
Okay. People who know me are going to know, I think, because of this avenue, that I do not believe that. Now, we're talking about modest clothing because there's all sorts of other modesties, right? Be modest in different things.
In your sugar intake.
No, I meant
Isn't that a thing? Like modest, like everything. Oh, no, it's moderation. I'm thinking moderation. Never mind.
Anyway, clothing. Okay. If people know me, not going by how I dress, because I dress comfortable. Now, okay, so it's depending who's watching. If people knew me years ago, in my early 20s, of course I didn't dress like this. This is me now. Okay? Don't go by me. But
won't go by you.
People who know me know that I am the biggest fan, supporter, and photographer of my daughter, who is 22, and she is.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Okay. She wears bikinis. She wears mini skirts.
Stop it. My Christian ears can't take it.
She is, I don't have to even tell, like, it doesn't matter what she is. By the way, she's what is she?
What's the question?
Well, what I'm trying to say is.
She's a real pain in the neck.
No, like, okay. Basically, on her Instagram,
yeah,
she put the bio false advertising because.
She's an introvert. She's an introvert.
She's not an introvert. It's hard to say what she is. She just loves fashion and she loves expressing herself and she loves creativity. And if you're going to judge somebody on a post or what someone's wearing or how much skin is exposed, and if you have preconceived notions, it's about you and you have prejudices and you make judgments, snap judgments and stereotypes, maybe you would say to yourself, oh, is she a stripper?
She is strayed far away from the Lord, some would say.
And what I was going to say was, and then I sort of changed my mind, but the truth of the matter is she's an extremely spiritual person. She's an extremely honest, good, wholesome person. But that doesn't matter because I'm not against her being a stripper.
Strippers can be honest people.
You know what I mean? So I'm very nervous about where I'm treading because I'm kind of like saying she wears a bikini, but she's not like the other girls.
Yeah.
You can't ever say anything about somebody in a bikini.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So anyway, that long rode, I'm a Sherpa, I took you up the mountain and bring you back down the mountain, is no, I do not equate covering up one's body, face, and feet to how spiritual you are.
Yeah.
And I feel strongly that the people who do think that, I feel they're misled.
I agree. But I also, dun dun dun, disagree a little.
Really?
I used to be like you.
Okay.
And let me caveat. No, wait. Let me start over. Oh, the mouse is in the frame
Again. The mouse wants to be part of the animals.
Yeah, this isn't Croak and Crow and
mouse.
Little Cheesy the mouse. I think you can wear it. I don't think I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know how many times I say people talk about religion, stop saying they know. I'm gonna say it. Now that I got my cloak on, is this why?
That's what happens. It all starts with the clothing.
I know for a fact that doesn't affect someone's spirituality or like how spiritual they are or how, how they're seen by a higher power. It doesn't. God created us in flesh. We're not born with a sweater or vest on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'd be cool. Baby wearing more of the sweater vest.
No, it would be disgusting.
It would, because it would be a human sweater vest.
Ew, you're making me so sick right now.
It'd be a skin
You're
vest.
making me so very sick.
So there's a lot of things of these. You see these rules in religion, and I ask myself, am I about to sneeze?
I don't know. You can put your cloak across. Well, if you are about to sneeze, I'll just tell people about myself.
No, they have to hear this. It passed. What was I saying?
You're about to drop the other shoe.
No, yeah. So as someone who's trying to learn more about religion every day,
Yeah.
I don't denounce rules. When I hear things being told, oh, don't do this, don't do this, I ask why, and I try to make sense of it, because I'm like, behind every conservative rule, there usually is a bit of something of substance there that gets misinterpreted and re-put out to a, well, you're going to hell if you were wearing spaghetti straps. Do people even wear spaghetti straps anymore?
Of
Or
course.
do they just not say it?
I don't think they call it that, but of course.
I haven't heard that since the 7th grade.
I
Spaghetti
thought you were going to say the
straps.
70s. I was like, yeah, they were big in the
70s.
70s. Once you wear the cloak, you become like 200, 300 years old,
Yes. There was a time
The
for spaghetti straps.
the 1470s.
Yeah. 1470s spaghetti straps.
Yeah. What about togas?
They didn't have spaghetti straps. How would they have done it? That was big article, like a
spaghetti strap is a string, Spencer. There had to be strings all the time.
But it's not the size of spaghetti.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure Eve had a vine that she put 2 vines and then she hung some leaves. Hence the spaghetti strap.
So with this one in particular, I've thought about this in many a you shouldn't do that in religion topic, and usually I find something there. I find something like, okay, now it makes sense. With the modesty thing, I think we greatly blow it out of proportion, and I think it's personal. Okay? So I can't tell you need to dress modestly if you want to be a good Christian, because that is a lie. That is a lie, and it has nothing to do with me or with what you're wearing. But I think, this is what I think.
I'm waiting for this because I have no idea what you're going to say.
I only have one thing to say, so I needed to take 30 minutes.
No, because I'm dying.
If I ask myself, why should I dress modestly? It is in anything religious to try to curb distraction. Okay? And so with modesty, if you get obsessed with what you're wearing and how you're dressing, you might be pulled away from spirituality, which is not true. What I was comparing it to, because I know what you'll already say, like, that's not true. Like, you can do both.
No, well, it depends on your capability.
It depends on your capability.
Yeah.
And so what I thought about it,
People can have the TV on and do homework.
Yes,
Other people cannot.
that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking because I'm a millennial, so I grew up in this technology age, and this is what I'm gonna compare it to. It's an old teacher, right, who grew up without cell phones, and then there was this transition period of like, oh, no cell phone, you can't bring your cell phones to school, you can't bring your cell phones to school. Now to this new generation where you can't tell kids not to bring their cell phone.
Right, I know.
And it's just now, it's like, okay, just as long as it's not a distraction, like it can't distract you from doing your work, because that's what's important. Can you have a cell phone? Of course you can have a cell phone. Can you use your cell phone? Of course you can have a cell phone. But be mindful that there are many things you can do to become distracted. It's all a personal thing. And that is one of them. So where in school, it's something that brings you out of school. Anything that is earthly, worried about earthly stuff. You could say the same thing about money. Is why does Jesus say, a rich man has better chance of pin drop through a camel eye or something like that than to go to heaven? Can you not have money living on earth? No, but it's just another distraction to pull you away from spirituality. And so the important thing to take from it is not, I'm going to wear my cloak every day. I'm going to give away all my possessions. It's just an acknowledgement. That's the most important thing, is to acknowledge, I know this is an earthly thing. I take this for fun. It's like watching TV. As long as it's like, no, this is my life. It's like, I understand when I eat Pringles, it's not part of my diet plan. I'm getting a little something.
Right.
I'm going to eat my chicken. I'm going to eat my broccoli. This Pringle is just, and I think it's equally important. We're on Earth for a reason. We wouldn't be on Earth if we were just living to be 100% spiritual lives.
Right.
So it's good to have, it's literally, it's a diet. I am eating fried chicken, and someone tells me, you cannot eat fried chicken if you want it. And me, I'm over here, you can't see because of my modest clothing, chiseled. And it's like, dude, I can eat fried chicken. Like, I understand it's not part of my diet. It's not part of a great diet plan, but I have it figured out. I know what it does, and I know what I have to do other stuff to do it. Don't cut fried chicken out of your diet. Don't cut the spaghetti straps out of your wardrobe. Just be mindful.
Yeah.
With everything. That's and that's why I try to talk so much about this, like about the broad scale of it, because we're talking about modesty now. It's like, be mindful of the clothing you wear, and it sounds like, okay, he's worried about the clothing you wear, but I would say about anything. Be mindful when gambling. Be mindful when dating. Right. Be mindful, like.
Right, like I said before, you can be a Christian and you can go to, devil movies. These are...
What's a devil movie?
Like these movies that are like, well, they're going to be rated R, and they're fully demonic, and there's spirits and witches and devils and demons and losing your soul and losing your mind. And, Christians don't go to those kind of movies. Some Christians, conservative Christians, particular Christians. And I said, you can go and you can... But like if I'm going to say what you're saying, which is be mindful that you are filling your mind with thoughts that, like, you don't want to fill your whole body with Pringles, and you don't want to fill your mind with all these demonic thoughts that give you anxiety or doubt. Yeah. And, it's just too much.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, I feel like just, the first step is admitting it. Like in AA and stuff. It's like the first step is acknowledging that, and then if you do, like feel like you're putting too much value on what you're wearing or the likes you're getting on posts and stuff, that's when you can start seeing it pull. Then if you have that knowledge, it's like, okay.
Are we referring only to women, girls, females?
I'm a man.
Like what is
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
What is immodest about a man's clothing?
I like to show off my pectoral muscles. So
it's not modest for a man to wear a sleeveless?
No.
It's not modest.
No. But like...
I'm not really clear on men. I mean, I know females because
sorry, you continue.
I went to a Catholic school. Yeah. My daughter went to a Christian school.
Yeah.
And there's just rules. the hemline has to be below your patella or something, or below your fingertips. And if you go to a dance, that you can't have any cleavage. Neckline has to be up. It can't be figure hugging. You can't see, the shape of your body.
Now, that's where I'm going to stop you, because that's what, that I think.
So that's immodest, but I don't know what a man's immodesty would be.
That's where I'm going to, I think that is what a lot of people think when they think, oh, they're not wearing modest clothing. It's inappropriate. It's sexualized clothing. Mm-hmm. That's not what I take modest as.
Okay.
If I show up to school with a Supreme shirt, a Louis Vuitton backpack, a Gucci belt, I don't consider that modest clothing. I consider me wearing a gray sweater, khakis.
So you're using a different word, sort of like the original word that you started with, more of a, not moderation, but your modesty is more don't brag or don't flash or don't.
Let me just look at the definition real quick.
Stop talking?
No, you can keep talking.
Oh.
I like this definition better.
Okay.
Having or showing a moderate or humble estimate of one's merits, importance, free from vanity, boastfulness, or great pretensions.
Yeah, that's definitely what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, free from vanity, egotism, boastfulness, or great. I didn't get the last word.
Yeah.
It had a lot of syllables.
No, that's definitely, because also, you're flexing on somebody. So if you were alone on a desert island, would you care that much? No. So you're wearing all these labels to school or to work. Yeah. Because you're trying to show people I have something, and usually, probably, most likely, I have something you don't have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so a modest lifestyle.
Right.
Is
got you.
Is you the simple things and the staples. And so that's sort of what I'm saying, where if you do just look at it as, oh, women being inappropriate, which a lot of people do, that's what turns a rule that you could give across the board, and you could have a sermon on modesty, and no one will feel like they're going to go to hell for their shorts being too high. But instead, we do single it out, and mm-hmm. I mean, how many times in religion does usually women get the brunt end of the stick? What end of the stick?
Short.
Women are getting the short end of the stick, while the pastor is wearing his $9,000 Gucci.
You're right.
Gucci peacoat, saying,
"You're really right."
Now, my women in my ministry, they need to be dressing appropriate.
I was thinking,
it's Sarah, what?
Exactly when you were talking, I was thinking of JT Jakes, TJ DG.
You're right.
A very famous pastor. He's one of he might be the richest pastor, and he does do his sermons in clothing that I'm guessing none of his congregation can afford. I mean, maybe a very 1% could. And interesting, I never thought of it that he's being immodest.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
But I only thought if you see someone in a thong,
exactly,
that they're being
and
immodest.
That's what a lot of people think, and that's why I did some deep digging internally and externally mm-hmm. for this topic, because things like this happen so much in the Bible mm-hmm. or just in religion in general, where you grow up your entire life, you think, okay, well, that's just, God just doesn't like when women are inappropriate. And it's like, you're missing the whole point, and you're actually misconstruing it so bad mm-hmm. that you'll have a pastor wearing a $20,000 Armani suit telling this young lady that her shorts aren't what God would like. And it's like, mm-hmm. neither's which is true. That man, you can wear your $9,000 suit. That girl can wear her Daisy Dukes. It's just about acknowledging these are both earthly things. Like, this is and understand that, mm-hmm. but you shouldn't demonize it. Like people could run around naked. Yeah. Actually, it'd probably be more at a nudist colony. I don't know how the nudists rock, but I imagine.
Yeah, interesting. So, if we're talking spiritually,
it's all we do over it.
Spiritually, it doesn't matter.
Spiritually, it doesn't matter.
Spiritually, it doesn't matter if your nipples are out. But, I mean, you can see them through your shirt. Yeah. Mostly girls, I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I wear some white t-shirts in the rain.
Spiritually. But, societally, you're going to make a lot of people uncomfortable.
Get out of here with that. That's society.
Okay.
You're telling women watch how you dress because your uncle might feel a little uncomfortable.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
Like
if you have a pediatrician office,
yeah,
and your techs have nipples out, boys and girls, and they have their scrubs hanging down. You can see their thongs sticking out. You know, can you be like, we have a uniform here?
Yeah, a uniform is different.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I think that's like a workplace. I don't want my McDonald's employees to be shirtless, cooking up my McChicken.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe in uniforms, and I believe in like workplace modesty.
Mm-hmm.
But and like my biggest thing, I'm not like one of these people that completely like, oh, everyone should just let everyone like, oh, don't worry about the other person. There can be sort of these underlying societal things of like, I'm not going to walk around the block with my pants off because I'll get arrested for indecent exposure. But I teeter on this line of when you like, because I also don't like being told what to do. So
right.
Therefore, I don't like telling other people what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there is a balance, and a lot of people think, and you've brought this up before, of like, it's this false accusation of, well, it's a slippery slope.
Right.
If you stop arresting women for taking their shirts off, then what's next?
Mm-hmm.
We live in a nudist country.
Right.
And it's like, we sort of know where the line is.
Right.
And I think like, you don't really need to get so technical, and then it always gets drawn back, and then that's when you get, okay, well, what about the ankles? Because the ankle leads to the knee.
Right.
And more after the knee.
I know, that's what's interesting to me. It always was interesting to me that a lot of conservative Christians who tell you exactly what you should wear according to this Bible verse. There's just one Bible verse. It's a letter that Paul wrote to the Corinthians. Mm-hmm. And he says in it, it's the same, I think it's right in there, also saying women can't go into church or can't speak about spiritual things. He talks about how he wants their hair, no braids in their hair, and they have to wear this and that. And so that gets repeated and repeated as if it's on the commandments and God put it in stone. It's not true at all.
Yeah.
But
I have a structured settlement. There is a Bible story of unclothedness, the lack of modesty, if you will, that some people in the Bible got mad about. And I think I'd like to show it.
Okay.
Because it is a physical thing.
Okay.
My stained glass?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I was going to say, though, the interesting thing about these conservative Christians who point fingers at people for wearing or having cleavage, they all wear skirts. And I always found that a skirt is much quicker access to having relations than pants. Than having pants.
That has nothing. That's not.
Well, they're saying that they're so sexually protected. I'm like, you're not in a skirt.
I think that's more. I don't know if that goes with modesty as like traditional.
No, they say it's modest. They literally put skirts over bathing suits. Like it always has to be a skirt. I guess
because then you're not showing off your legs. I don't know.
No, I think it's because it doesn't hug your butt.
Okay. Hey guys. So, in the Bible, there's a story of a man who he was quite well known in the town. And I believe there's few people as spiritual as him. Few people has such a close relationship with God. And I think he'd be on our side with this. I think he would say there's a difference of earthly distractions and things, but his wife would disagree. Or his first wife. She would say it was immodest, it was embarrassing. And you know who she represents? All the people who tell girls not to wear this bikini straps. And I am talking about, is it going to show up?
It should. Put it by his jacket. Oh, don't go in the... Yeah, that's good. It's showing the monitor. yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's David.
That is David dancing.
David dancing in the Bible by the Ark of the Covenant?
The Ark of the Covenant was coming into
Town.
Israel, Jerusalem. I don't know wherever he was, and that boy stripped his clothes off. He wasn't wearing a cloak like me. He was down to a linen ephod, ephod.
Okay.
And he was rejoicing. There was few things as spiritual in the Bible with just a man like that. The story to me was just incredible. He just fully embraced the Lord. He was dancing with all the people in the town. He was going like this. He was going like this. And his wife was just glaring at him from the window. What is he doing?
It's just people worried about others, you know?
And that's the thing. And now you look at it like, oh, well, David's like the man and that wife. But it's like, then you don't understand that when you do it to others.
Right.
Don't be the wife. What's her name?
No. I don't know. Mrs. David.
Mrs. David. Don't be the Mrs. David telling.
So it's interesting. So I came into the show thinking Modesty only because as you can imagine, it's been in my life for so long because of Catholic school and because of my daughter. And now I have a different perspective of it, that modesty could also mean, a ring on every finger. But as for you not being spiritual or Christian or interested in, your spirit and soul, if you have, your boobs pulled up and your pants pulled down and you have, lipstick on and you braided your hair. You braided your hair.
Yeah.
That's phooey. That's all crazy.
It's all crazy.
That's all crazy talk. It's like you said, human body. We were born with it. Beautiful creation that God made. There's nothing embarrassing or shameful or to be hidden. In the same vein, there's nothing about wearing what you want or walking the way you want, dancing the way you want, even if it's on a pole.
Yeah.
I'm not inviting you to
make assumptions.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not a shelf.
Yeah.
Like, because you wear certain things or do certain things or wear perfume, God forbid, or hoop earrings the size of dinner plates, that's your creative choice. You're not inviting people. You're not sending anybody messages about anything. No. Which I think the tides are turning about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're definitely on the right trajectory.
Breastfeeding.
Yeah. We're definitely on the right trajectory to believe this. And that's like with all of these things, I feel like in a society where we are progressing, it's important to understand the spirituality aspect behind it so that people, like me included, the reason why I look up to all of this stuff, I like to think we're moving in line with spirituality still and not away from it. Like some people think it's like we're moving away from God, and it's like, well, why don't we rethink about if that's actually true, or if the times keep on moving, but spirituality stays the same.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think we summed it up. I like to think about any earthly thing because there's so many distractions, money, anything. I think of life's journey like one big diet, as much as people hate diets. And you get your nutrients, your spiritual nutrients, but the second you start starving yourself,
but also there's sorry, go ahead. Sorry. The
second you start,
because I thought you were closing, and I was like, no, I still have.
The second you start starving yourself from Swedish fish once in a while, like you can make any. There's not a single food on the earth that you can't fit into a properly balanced diet. If you're a lover of chocolate cake, I'm a lover of buffalo wings and cheesesteaks. And there's a way to make it fit without canceling out completely, because life's about enjoying things.
Right. What I was going to say was, as usual, I always speak for the silent people here. And that is, there is nothing wrong with wearing a bikini at any size. There is nothing, any gender, any age. People don't like baby girls in bikinis. They say that's sexualizing. It's not. But there's also nothing wrong with covering up. And people who want to cover up, that's fine as well. And they too shouldn't be judged. Yeah. Or people who have ideas about why they're covering up.
I've seen a lot of things of Western women and stuff who are like to women wearing hijabs and stuff.
Yes.
Like, oh, you're being constrained. Like,
Right.
we're going to liberate you. And it's like, man, I'm doing this for me and my spirituality.
Right.
And then it's like, no, you've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
And it's
Your
like,
comfortable level, you have no idea why people are doing anything they're doing. So if they wear a head covering, I wear a hat all the time, and it's not to hide my hair because I'm married, and it's for myself, it helps me keep my energy strong, and I pick up a lot of energy from other people, and it's hard for me to then get rid of it. So
you put a little tinfoil under there?
I got my tinfoil lined hat. And so a billion reasons why somebody is cloaked or not cloaked.
Yeah.
You can't make assumptions about it, and you definitely can't feel that just because someone is in religious clothing that they're safe, and just because saved, and just because someone is not.
It's always that
counter
that you think they're just in the Two Popes that I rewatched yesterday. Pope Francis is known for not being flashy, and like he doesn't wear all the stuff you're given as a cardinal and then as a pope. And the current pope was talking to him and is like, by not, you're making a statement that I am being too flashy. By not living in the mansion, you're making a statement. And Pope Francis, or at the time Cardinal Borragoli, was like, that's not it at all. He's like, can't we both go through our paths? It's
right.
Like, and I think that's the most important thing. This is all our journey, and so that's what this is all about. It's understand that all of this stuff is earthly, whether you're modest or not. It's about your spiritual journey, and then however you want to express the rest,
and just
express yourself,
and ask yourself, if someone gives you a suggestion and you say, yeah, I'll try that and I like it, and you subscribe to it, that's fine. But ask yourself about all the different things. In Catholic Church, I don't know if they still do it, but it used to be that the bride couldn't be, I believe the shoulders or arms, they couldn't be bare. So brides would literally adapt the wedding dress. So it's like, this is what I'll wear in church, and then I could wear this at the reception, and that's just like accepted, and that's fine, because everybody can have rules. These are organizations that you belong to, and if that's their rule, if the school says wear, the skirt down to here, whatever, that's fine.
Fight the power.
You can leave.
Yeah.
If you so choose.
Yeah. Walmart makes you wear pants, and so I just don't shop there. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. Or so say you want to be Catholic and you want to get married in the Catholic Church, you can have the adaptable dress. Okay. So, but what I'm saying is, just know, open your eyes and your brain to know that there was really nothing wrong with having the bare arms. You don't have to try to topple the church about it, but use your common sense. Yeah.
So many things I think about it's things that don't apply to me, but I still just question, and I'm like, okay, and you're allowed to question. It's good to question.
It is good.
The more you question your faith, the stronger your faith is.
Right.
If you never question it, one person comes around and they stump you with a good point. Oh, well, then why did David strip his clothes off and dance down the street?
Right.
And you're there like, I'm not ready for this.
Right.
But if you have took your time and really questioned what your faith is and why things are the way they are.
Yeah, a really good question is a bra, the difference between a bra and a bikini top. Now, my daughter has bikini tops. Some of her bikini tops are smaller than her bras. If she posts a bikini and she's on the beach, nothing is said. No one messages her and says, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Are you crazy? Oh my God, how scandalous. If she posts a bra, the bra could be bigger.
Yeah.
It is, oh my gosh, she's in her underwear.
Yeah.
She just posted a pic. Have you turned to a life of porn? Yeah. And again, you're not going to change all of society and whatever is, but just personally, I would like people to say, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Just personally open your eyes.
What's so sexual about women's shoulders that they can't wear it at school, but guys come in with tank tops? It's like...
Or half top.
Yeah.
My daughter got sent home from a public high
Crop
school
top.
for having 4 inches between her waistband and the bottom of her shirt was showing. And no, I think they told her to tie her shirt around. I forget. I don't think she got sent home, but I'm sure everybody has a million stories like that. And it's fine. There's rules and so forth. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about, as we always do, God. And God made your stomach. And if you're showing your stomach, why would he care?
Why would he care? If he didn't care about when David did it, he won't care about when you do it. And that's the biggest thing about it. It's not a big deal. I feel like we're just reiterating, so we'll end it with this, but it's not a big deal. Like, whether you do it or not, the talking about it makes it a bigger deal than it is.
Right.
Like, I imagine a higher power would say, who cares? Are you living, like so many times it just goes back to like, oh, that girl's wearing this, and it's like, whoa, slow down. How is she living? She
Right.
is living a good life?
Right.
Is she like the things that I did say to care about?
Right.
Well, yeah. Okay, well then who cares? If she's wearing a hijab or if she's wearing a scanty clad bikini. Doesn't matter, guys. Not here at Croak and Crow. But hey.
It all is dust in the wind.
It's all dust in the wind. From dust to dust, as the kids say.
Will be.
Thank you for showing up to podcast number 49. Tomorrow is a big day. I hope you all can make it. 50, and to one of you, one special person will be our 100th subscriber.
I know. Subscribe so we can have an address.
So, you don't say that. Subscribe because you want to join the conversation. It's not all about just...
But they can join it without subscribing because we're always here.
Don't tell them that.
I tell them to think and open their minds and figure out common sense.
We're lying to them. All right, guys. It's been real and it's been fun, and I hope I don't break this.
I know. Be careful.
Peace.